All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Deep Tides. Welcome
Welcome,
back to the Deep
welcome.
Tides. Hi, AJ. First of all, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm living. Tired as usual, but it is what it is. It's been a couple of days this week. I've been in the bed by like 7:30. I feel so old.
Damn, 7:30.
7:30, man. I'm telling you, I come home and I just like sit and just try to like desensitize, like just going through work, having to talk to people, listen to people talk, and try to do some of these projects. And it's been busy recently. It just picked up. There's been a lot of movement, a lot of leadership change. It's a lot of stuff going on. What about yourself, Kofi?
Oh man, sorry to hear. Hope you get some relief.
Yeah.
All good over here, man. Yeah, can't really complain. Going through some family stuff, but everybody's good. Everybody's alive, and yeah, just taking it day by day, man. You know the
Yes,
usual.
that's all you can do. Sorry to hear that. I
Yeah, no,
did
all
go
good.
to a Mason and VCU game. I forgot on Tuesday
Oh, okay.
in Richmond
Basketball.
basketball game. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Mason was doing pretty well. They were like undefeated for a little bit, and VCU is also doing really well.
Hmm.
In the same conference, and VCU's like the second in the conference. So now it's getting to the playoffs. It was a close game, but George Mason definitely is doesn't have the talent that VCU has. But it was only
Hmm.
like about a 4 point game until the end, and VCU just ran with it.
Yeah. Well, good job for hanging in there, Mason. I guess the best man won, so or better team won
But
rather.
you still have any ill feelings towards the George Mason men's basketball team?
Nah, 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 nah.
That was just that
I've
one year.
I've grown and matured. I can't attribute that to an entire team. It was just, let's say children misbehaving. You know what I mean? So
It's just one of them, one
it was
person.
one of them. Got a little spicy. I get it. I get it. So
I don't
I
get it.
respect it. I don't get it. I'm just trying to have a positive, positive outlook on it. Oh man. But yeah, we can jump right into, you got some good stuff in the current events, so I'll let you take that away.
Yes, I mean, I don't really know if I would call it good stuff. It's pretty much just most of it is just Trump related because I mean, it's how can you talk about current events and not talk about Trump, right?
Dude. And even if you can't premeditate it, because by the time you'd have made this plan, to like last week, something new pops up this week. So
Exactly.
yeah, let me
I
know.
mean, so I was just going to talk about the tariff ruling initially when I wrote it down in the Google Doc, but it's like a whole war has started
Hmm.
in a war in another conflict that people aren't really talking about, like and multiple other things. But let's get back. Let's get right into it. This might take a little bit, but let's start with the obvious. Trump has initiated what's the actually let me talk about the tariffs. I'm a since that was the first thing that happened, I'm gonna slowly walk into it. So
Are you good?
the tariffs that Trump levied at the beginning of his term was a 10%, making up stuff like, oh, this is fentanyl related tariffs to certain countries because they sponsor or help trafficking fentanyl and all this other stuff that he said. The Supreme Court, which is majority ruled by Republican voted justices, have struck down most of his tariffs, not all of them, but a lot of them, a good majority of them. And not only did they strike them down and say that they were invalidated, they also have now said that he has to refund those tariffs to companies. And to put a kind of a price tag on how much the government is liable for refunds. Right now, they're saying it's $175 billion plus interest. And if you wanted to do the math and see how that matches up to how much tariffs he's actually raised, I think at this point they said he's raised between 133.5 to 142 billion dollars in tariffs. So you're wondering like 185 compared to 142 billion dollars. Why is the liability higher than what they've collected? One word: interest. Did you see this coming?
This entire situation, no. And at risk to not speak on things I don't understand, I just want to put the disclaimer out there. because I know you're deeper into some of this stuff. Did not see it coming. Don't know what took so long. Also wondering why companies are going to be reimbursed and not the people who had to pay in the first place. The people who probably are less likely to afford things in the first place. It's some bullshit. I didn't want to curse on this podcast, but that's crazy to me. So that's my emotional response. What's your take on it? Your more, I guess, balanced approach in assessing this entire situation.
I think for one of the points you made is what took so long. That's pretty much this whole presidency I've been just waiting on. When I was growing up and I was learning about history and the government and AP government and other stuff in grade school, they always said this thing called checks and balances. I haven't seen checks and balances this entire presidential term up until this one little aspect. The one little this is the only thing that I can say. Okay, maybe checks and balances might have still have some type of remnants of existing because the judicial branch is checking the presidential branch. So I feel like when he started putting those tariffs on there, I didn't really feel like of course I didn't do the research as well. It's like what grounds was he using, or like can a president actually do it? Because up until this point, I'm assuming presidents would just have a certain level of decency. Not all of them were, not saying all of them were great men or anything, but I think there's a base decency or quorum that the presidents up to this time have exercised. And Trump is kind of rewriting all the laws and trying literally everything. Even after the Supreme Court ruling, he signed an executive order implementing another tariff, temporary global tariff, and that is try to bypass Supreme Court. So he's still, even in on this front, he's still not giving up. He's still trying everything he can. So I'm also like you. I don't know how the refunds are going to work. Now, granted, you're right. The customers, like the regular people, have been paying it, but they're also not every company is like built like a Microsoft or like
That's true.
a, a,
Yeah.
a Amazon. So
Right.
you have all these in between companies that aren't as big and don't have as big of a war chest that you're essentially driving out of business,
Mhm.
or they're bleeding them dry. So I mean, there does have to be some type of refunds to the companies themselves, because just because you're a company does not mean you have all the money in the world. But
That's a fact. Yeah.
hopefully it does reach the customer. And anything left on that, we want to move on from that Trump
Nah.
news and get to some more other Trump news.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much a dumpster fire. So we can go to the next dumpster fire, or if it would be a house fire, I don't know.
We can say all of the above.
All the above, man.
So we are in a new war, and what is it called? Operation is some kind of real cheesy.
Something Fury, right?
Yeah.
Was it Epic Fury? Let me see.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
that. I think that's what it is.
Epic Fury.
Epic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Operation Epic Fury.
I'm kind
First,
of
it
fucking.
just
Sorry, go ahead, bro.
no. It's like go ahead. Like
What?
he just the names he chooses. The big beautiful bill. It's
Yeah.
almost like a slap in the face. If I was like a Trump supporter and I'm like one of those real MAGA people, I feel like he's almost talking down on me. You know,
Hmm.
if they're like, how can I explain this bill to somebody? Big beautiful bill, and that's going to be the marketing for that demographic. Operation Epic Fury. What, like, where is these names coming from? Where's the thought process behind it? Or is there any thought process behind it? Is this
Maybe
random?
I think there are some people who are probably like people who worship other people, right? Or who like to hear something good. Uh, they might they might just rely on how good they feel when they hear it. Like, oh, this sounds great. Or if it's big and beautiful, beautiful bill, he said it is, so it must be, right? I think there are a percentage of people that
Mm.
might not do their due diligence to say, let me actually go see what this bill is. They just identify with him. They feel like he's gonna do whatever they want him to do, and I think they go along for the ride. I don't know.
But then that's also how he talks too. Like he talks very. If you compare him to like an Obama, or Obama, in the words and how they convey information to the American people, he that's kind of like how he talks. Big beautiful Bill. He says those type of words like it's great. What we did is great, better than them. Uh,
Mhm.
good, good. This was bad. He doesn't, he doesn't never really go in depth of anything. Like he doesn't talk about deep technical terms or uh exactly what the implications are. He just keeps it at better, good, worse,
Yep. He's comfortable lying, and
greatest.
people are he's comfortable lying, and people are comfortable with him lying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they continue to just watch it to enjoy the show. They enjoy the language. It feels uplifted, whether
Yeah,
it's the truth or not. You know what I mean? Very
yeah.
salesman. Like, yeah.
But it don't even seem. It's not even that appealing to me. Like I don't know. Maybe it's just certain people. It
Because
just doesn't.
it's
It
certain
doesn't
people.
register with me.
Yeah, you. I feel like you assess things deeply. You don't look for just the packaging. You open the present,
Yes,
and
but
he
you shouldn't
line.
need to do that for him, though.
Yeah, some
Isn't it
people
obvious?
though, bruh. I think it might be a mental laziness, and I'm saying this because I might have been guilty of it too. Like I didn't have enough cynicism as a younger person, so I feel like people fall into this pattern of trusting or just believing what they want to believe, and they don't want to face the truth. They're just gonna ride with it. Same way with like flat earthers. Hey, there's science. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm derailing. I don't want to belabor
Oh
it,
no,
but
you good.
people will deviate from actual truths because seeking out actual truths take effort.
Hmm.
But if I can feel something into existence and I can ride that vibe out, I'm gonna establish that as my baseline
That
because it
makes sense.
feels good. That's my assumption, right? Like
Yeah,
yeah. But sorry, continue,
that makes
please.
sense. No. Oh yeah. So the conflict. I think that there was a. They're having. They're trying to have a agreement on the nuclear arms deal that, or the lack of nuclear arms that they're trying to negotiate with Iran. And at some point, Iran didn't agree to it, and then that's when he just issued to go to war. Um, and through the course of it, early on in it, in February, like towards the end of February when it started, he ended up killing the supreme leader Ayatollah. I don't know how to say his whole name, Ali Khamenei, who is has a very doesn't have like the most doesn't have like the best track record or isn't held to a high regard. It also has a lot of ties to terrorist organizations and overall, but he is a recognized leader of the country. So in the midst of the operation, he killed them and a bunch of the secession lines. And at first, Trump said he wasn't going to have any say on the change of the regime or something. And I think it just came out. He just already switched his tone. Now he said they're going to help pick whoever takes over as a leader. But I say, other than that, just outside of just striking Iran, it has expanded to pretty much the entire Middle East, and it affected some of my old stomping grounds. Like have hit UAE, which Dubai is located in UAE, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar. They've hit spots in UAE in Dubai where that's when I was in the Navy. When we pull into Dubai, we pull into to the port. We even also have the sandbox where it's like a area where we can get off the boat, have drinks, and listen to music, shop and stuff right there.
Mm.
That's been attacked by Iran. Bahrain, we have a huge military base there. They've struck that, destroyed buildings, and there's been casualties. I think up to 6 U.S. casualties as far as service members. And right now, the Strait of Hormuz has been closed just because of all the combat. You have naval combat submarines sinking warships, jets sinking warships. So it's a lot. There's a lot going on right now. What are your thoughts on it, Cole?
My first thought is, man, I think I thought of this the other day. Like, yeah, you were in the Navy, so you probably have a different perspective. It probably hits a little bit closer to home. So it's interesting to hear you kind of recount some of those areas you're familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
My other thought, outside of everything you said, I hate to be the person that brings a conspiracy theory up, but I did hear someone suggest that the leaders that they claim to kill might not have been killed and it might be a cover up. And I only bring that up because it seems like current administration has been caught in so many lies
Mm-hmm.
that it's actually plausible. Like,
Yeah.
you are the boy who cried wolf. So it might be worth consideration. That being said, I don't want to put anything out that I didn't factually verify myself. But yeah, it's tragic. I don't know where it came from. I just remember hearing that they were, attacked, and the casualty rate of 400 plus, including like a school that killed hundreds
Yeah.
of children.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought, why? Why? Like, the value of life. And, I don't want to, I know in history these tragedies occur, and it's occurred under many administrations. But I think
Mm-hmm.
just at this level of consciousness that I'm at, it's just deeply disturbing, and my heart goes out to everyone who's lost a family member who's dealing with it. As you know, when you're on the ground as a normal civilian, you likely have no say in what the people who are above you decide
Yeah.
to do, and
Right.
it's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because
yeah,
I mean, for this, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they were trying to strike at some type of facilities, but typically in wartime, you try to keep those type of strikes to military objectives. And like once again, I didn't look at the vicinity of the school to a target of interest. But honestly, like even outside of wartime, and from my experiences, I feel like the government has a lot of a lot of leeway to term things as facilities or buildings of interest that is of terrorist organization. Like if you like, I even when I was in, I question how deep does the analysis go? Is it because you see somebody that has some ties walking to the building? Now you frame this building as an ISIS compound, or and then that click that gives you a clear go ahead for dropping a drone strike on it or a jet dropping a bomb.
right,
So I've always wondered that, and I've seen some stuff during my time, and it really was disheartening. But like you said, this is nothing new, and it will continue to happen till humans don't exist anymore.
right,
But back to the checks and balances point I made on the other topic. This is another topic. Is like there was no impending danger from Iran to United States to just jump into a war without going through the proper channels.
right.
And to hear him say otherwise, or other people say otherwise, there's this impending threat from Iran on United States is garbage.
Agree.
Really. So you got this dude literally doing anything he wants, and now he's got us in multiple conflicts all over the world. On
Hmm.
top of the conflicts that he promised during his campaign that he would take us out of, and criticized Biden for starting World War III or being in all these conflicts, and then you fast forward a year, we got more conflicts than we started with.
Hmm.
An act of war, like on a country. This is
The
it's ridiculous,
ramifications of this is just unbound. Why would someone not want to seek revenge for murder? You know what
right?
I mean? And like you said, like, I mean,
Radicalizing people.
exactly. It's crazy. And yeah, now I mean we're at risk. His citizens are at risk.
But and this is and I gotta phrase this correct. The American people allowed or wanted him in presidency, even though they know his tendencies and how that would work on a national international scale. But if people understand the actual effects of wars and conflicts, I feel like they would set aside some of their bias to vote towards their personal gain, if that makes sense. So if I'm voting and it's only one topic that I'm worried about, whether it's well, I got me a house, I don't want to know immigration, I don't want no immigrants coming over and taking what I got built up. But it's like when we have wars, and like we're in a war right now, how much has our life changed? How much has your life changed? Like
First, for most people we know, right? Like we have people in our circles who've been impacted by loss of jobs and things of that nature, right? And
Yeah.
I don't hear that the grass is getting greener for the middle class or lower financially. Um, yeah,
What I'm saying is we're in a whole war right now.
yeah,
But it
unprecedented,
hasn't changed United our us citizens. It typically is not going to change our day to day. So
right,
how much do people weigh that in their priorities when they vote for politicians who have obviously apparently have the power to war?
right.
I I don't want United. I don't want citizens to feel the effects of war more because that means there's more bad stuff that's going to happen closer to home. But it's like what can we what can happen to spread the empathy to have people take this stuff more serious? We
Yeah,
can't
well,
preach about it. People got to feel something.
they do. Do you think though to to give the benefit of the doubt to some Trump supporters, not all of them, and I hate to generalize, but do you think that a percentage, or I guess how big of a percentage do you think would not have anticipated something this extreme?
Um, which not even as far as like Iran, but or just in general of all the different
Just in general,
yeah,
I
I don't
guess
think I don't think you can anticipate it because of the
it's
nature of
crazy.
Trump. So
Yeah.
that's the whole point. You can't anticipate it. So
Right.
why would you force somebody whose possibility is is endless and it's typically not in a good way,
Right.
you know,
Maybe they just underestimated how fast the wildfire how fast the wildfire spreads in that regard, right? Like, all right, he's
maybe
crazy. He's not gonna do nothing like that. He might be radical towards my beliefs, but I don't think he'll just, you know, in order to get his name off of this Epstein thing, he's just gonna kill 400 people just to make a point or just to distract because he values life to that. You know what I mean? I don't know how deep people think or process.
maybe they could just get over having a female president and we wouldn't have to deal with all
Yeah,
terms of
that's
this bullshit.
dude, that's facts though. That is 100%
That's real.
facts because
That's
people
pretty
felt
much
it in
how
their
when it
soul.
comes down
Yeah,
to
no,
that's
real
real.
talk, real talk, bro.
But yeah, moving on from Trump because we're at like 27 minutes right now
Oh, okay.
of Trump. So let's let's go some what's some new movies and TV shows. You got anything?
Oh man. I know we both watched the what's it called? The House of the Dragon. Is that what it's called?
Night
The latest
night
installment,
Night of the Kingdom.
Night of the Kingdom. It
Or
was
something like
cool.
Night of Seven King. I can't it's something, but it's House of the Dragon is the other spinoff that I don't
I'm
care
tripping.
what
That's
you
the
call the
second
song.
one. Actually, I'm not even gonna mention that. I'm gonna still stand by it. Welcome to Derry. For whatever reason, that one stuck with me. And then One Piece. You know, how about you?
Hold on, what was you said? It
One Piece.
no before that. Welcome to
Well, yeah. Welcome to Derry.
what is
Uh,
that?
it's it's a series that's based off the It franchise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I just felt fully immersed in it after like episode, 3 or 4. Definitely recommend. But yeah, what about you?
I'm sorry. I'm still interested. So is this have the clown Money Penny? His name is Money Penny, right? The clown from it.
Actually, does it sound right? But it's Pennywise. Pennywise.
Pennywise.
There you
That's
go.
Money Penny is James Bond. My bad.
No, you good. I was like, there's something in there that's correct, but I haven't heard the other one. Yeah, it's Pennywise. That's right. It goes more into the lore of the It universe. Not to get nerdy, but I found it fascinating, man. Like, when you watch a film or a movie or a book, kind of seeing the universe that it exists in and the rules that dictate that universe can be fascinating. And I thought his was pretty fascinating. So,
I'm confused.
yeah.
What is the It universe? It is a horror
Oh,
movie about one clown in the sewage system that comes hides in your gets up like catches you in your dreams and stuff like that.
yes, but he
So
has
they
a
think what
backstory. He has a reason for existing, even how he got to Earth in the first place. So it kind of
mm,
sheds light on some of that, as well as
oh, okay.
how he kind of reappears through history. because I
Oh,
understood it as you did from the movies, but this kind of went into some lore, and I was just like, oh,
ooh,
that's kind of
okay.
fascinating, in
Yeah,
my opinion. It might be corny to some people, but I found it fascinating.
that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Um, for me, let me see. I'll be honest. As far as the movie side, I try like there's days I'm like I don't want to try to watch some new movie because I've always been a movie buff when I was young, but I just feel like when I get older, as of right now, like movies don't hit like they used to. So I'm like still trying to find like new movies that's really interesting. It just doesn't work out. So I'm still on my old movie um Ben. So the reason why I said Money Penny, Netflix released all the James Bond, not even just original, all
Oh,
the James Bond, starting from Sean Connery and then up to Daniel Craig. So I'm on the Roger Moore James Bonds now. So I've just been going through every single movie and watching them. There's some TV shows like yeah, you said the new Game of Thrones spinoff. What else? Oh, watching Cross on Amazon Prime, the Alex Cross TV show. Pitt,
ooh, the pit.
really
Yes.
dope. But yeah, that's about it. But yeah, if we want to keep on moving on topics before we run out of time.
Yeah, I just want to add one thing to what you said.
Oh,
One
what's
thing
up?
you could do, recommendation wise, some people will actually just look up what won awards for that year. They just kind of award hunt. So whatever films or TV shows got an Emmy or got a Grammy, not Grammy, I'm sorry, that's singing. Whatever movie award, they'll just kind of like, all right, I'm gonna watch whatever one for 2018. I'm gonna watch for 2019, etc. So, but yeah,
I
we can
kind
move
of
on.
did
Yeah.
that though,
Oh, you
and
did, and it
the
didn't
movies.
work.
So you remember I was telling you about the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and
Oh,
Natalie
not that.
Portman.
Yeah.
That so you had that movie Sinners, um, the movie where they were I can't remember the name of it. I think you saw it where they had the kids hiding in the basement, like all the
I
kids was
love that movie.
those are like
Weapons.
some of the top movies and some other ones, but those are and they okay. They're mid to
They're
me.
okay. Yeah.
Sinners was good, but it's like it doesn't hit. I don't know if it's just because I'm older or something, and maybe I'm just more biased towards older movies or my nostalgia, but I just don't feel like movies are written as well anymore.
That is probably not that is probably accurate. But I got some homework for you, so I'm gonna try to see if I can find you something I think you would like.
Okay, so I know you had a topic over here. I want to make sure we get to it before we run out.
Oh man, all good. Unless you wanted to do yours. It's
No, we can skip mine.
okay, man. I didn't know how to approach this one. Because I can hear her. Okay, sorry, pardon me. My daughter's in the
Daddy
background, but
duty calling.
no, we good. I had a topic for regarding community, right?
Mhm.
So I'll frame it just how I see it personally. Someone like myself, when people say community, I know what that means at like a high level, but in terms of feeling a part of community, it's such an abstract thing. I don't know how to quantify it. So I wanted to get your I guess my dilemma is sometimes I feel like I'm not part of a community. Like I always hear terminology about being part of a community, but I'm like, how do you feel a part of a community? How do you contribute to a community? And then what
Mm,
communities are you a part of, right? Because
mm,
you might say like, oh, you have the Black community, you have the Asian Pacific Islander community, which are more like might be around race, but then you
mm.
might have particular characteristics that you have that align with another group of people, then you're part of that community. So I guess what's your take on that entire thing?
So as far as what community is, I mean, I think everything that you stated is can be considered a community, but it's different scales of community. So as far as to me, what I see as my community, it could be, and it's that's it to me, and this might not be the proper term or whatever. It doesn't have to be a gathering of people that are in my direct vicinity. Like I don't have to live next to them as long as I interact with them on a regular basis and we draw from each other, whether We build each other up. We not necessarily always have to be through monetary or physical means. It could just be when I need somebody to turn to, or just like I consider I would say I have a couple communities, a few communities. So I have my immediate family that my sisters, my mother, my fathers, and nieces and nephews that we see each other at least like or once a month, and we have group chats, and we build off each other, and we help people on this, and we've been helping each other since we grew up together, since the beginning. So I consider that a community. Then you have the greater family of people you don't really talk to all the time, but once a year or whatever it is, or maybe couple every couple of years or something. Maybe that could be a community, but I wouldn't say that would be for me if I don't interact with you that often, and we haven't chopped up on a deep level. I would say that's kind of like stretching to say that's part of my community. But even like the fellas, we at least try to get up like once a month or something like that, or we have the group chats and we stay in communication. I would consider that a community.
Right.
And then I have my Navy folks. That's another community because it's a bond. Like it's just when you have a bond with when people, and they that's what I consider a community. I don't think it has to be a strict term, or it has to be the Black community, because that doesn't, we talk about, people use that phrase, but what does it really mean?
Exactly.
Like what do you actually, I mean, we you there is something to it though, because as a Black man, when you see another Black man in public, more than likely you're going to nod or do something, right?
Right.
Nod or say what's up. There's always that unspoken thing, even if you don't know them or not.
Right.
So that's a form of community as well.
Right. But it's so interesting because, like you said, well, when you were kind of talking about local communities to where it's tangible, is people that you actually know.
Yeah,
As it gets more generalized, it gets a little bit harder to quantify. Therefore, it's like, what is your place in it? Unless maybe people who speak on it are people who kind of speak to communities, right? Like if you're an advocate for a particular thing, you might speak to that said thing to the people who it all falls to. So
yeah.
if you're an advocate for, I don't know, it's I'm trying to think of a particular thing. Like, I don't
Like
know, people.
keeping people out of jail or stopping gun violence or something like that. Is that what you're saying?
Perfect. That's a good one. Exactly. So, like, if you work with incarcerated persons all the time, that might be your community. And when you speak, you're speaking to them as a whole because you identify with them, even the ones that you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I kind of look at this when you're kind of like a lone wolf ish. You kind of look at you hear it romanticized, and it's I think we all romanticize to be a part of something. So it's just interesting to kind of put piece together, like, oh, am I part of this community? Do they consider me part of this community? Am I in this community? It's just so I appreciate your perspective on it because
I will add real quick. We
yeah,
got
please,
and stuff, but
yeah, yeah, yeah,
another thing is me personally. Like I come from a small town, so
yeah.
then that's a little bit. A community is a little bit more apparent because, like when you're part of a small town, everybody knows you.
Mm,
Everybody be up in your business. Your family members are intertwined. So growing up, when I got a little bit older in grade school, I didn't and I did not care for the small town, small community where everybody was like, knowing each other, and which is there's good aspects to it, but it just wasn't for me. So
right.
there's also negative aspects to community too. Everywhere you go,
Ooh.
somebody's going to know you. People tracking your movements, talking about you behind your back when something happens, all
Mm.
types of stuff. But you know, there's other positives as well. So community is not always a good thing, in my opinion.
We need to expound on that in a future episode
Oh yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure, because you get into the meat of potatoes. But I know we have about a minute left, so
Yeah. Yeah. So I think this was a short episode, but I think we covered a lot of good stuff, a lot of stuff that we probably need to expand upon for sure. But it was good getting back.
Oh, for
back in
sure.
group things again.
Yeah, and thanks for finding time for us to get back to it. So,
Like
anything you
I said,
want to leave with the people?
I'll let you close it out.
Oh man, I already forgot what I usually say, but I know it has to do with health and wealth. So I would
Happy
just say
health,
every
happy health, happy what? What was it?
so
I forgot what it
because
was.
me too. But I'll say happy wealth, happy health to all of you. Hang in there, keep doing your thing, keep pushing, and yeah,